I like to live in a little town where the trees meet across the street, where you wave your hand and say hello to everyone you meet. For life is interwoven with the friends we learn to know, and we hear their joys and sorrows as we daily come and go. So I like to live in a little town. I care no more to roam, for every house in a little town is more than a house, it's home.
I have worked in credit unions since 1981.
And I've been with Prairie Centre for just over 4 years. I started February 19th.
And I've been with the credit union for 38 years.
I've been with Prairie Centre Credit Union for just over a year.
And I've been here around 23 years.
2 years total with Prairie Centre Credit Union.
I've been with the credit union system for almost 40 years.
And I'm Graham Mickelborough, and I was General Manager of Rosetown and District Credit Union back in 1993.
Ray Ryland, I was on the board of Eston Credit Union prior to amalgamation and became the first president of Prairie Centre Credit Union when the group was put together. It was October of 1992, and I think you'd already had some discussions with Beachy at about that time. Yeah. We had the first meeting at the district level, and at that point in time we were open to more than just the 5 credit unions. But it was the 5 that came on board, Kyle, Beachy, Outlook, Rosetown, and Eston. And so I think there was meetings then in November, and we had a committee to say, what's the next step and how do we get there, and formed a committee of those 5 boards and management, probably in November, with a mandate to get something done in 6 or 8 or 10 months. And 2 months later we said, no, we don't have 10 months, we're going to do this and we're going to do it now.
I guess I've looked at it from 3 perspectives. One is the boards of all 5 credit unions. They weren't running from something, they were headed towards something. You know, even though some of them were in some trouble financially, they weren't scared of that. They're seizing an opportunity. And like Ray said, we said we need to get together to be able to do for our members and for our communities what, you know, if we want to continue to be relevant and a presence in the community, we need to do it collectively. And the boards were, I was just amazed at how quickly they moved and gelled. And you remember, Ray, they asked themselves, would you trust that other board to run your credit union? That was kind of a moment of truth. And they all said yes. You know, good, just rural people, common sense, saying, yeah, we have so much commonality, yes, we would trust them.
Well, I think just getting started was a huge accomplishment. We were the very first regional credit union in the province, and that was our vision, is that it really made sense to join together instead of being smaller, separate organizations. And instead of waiting for a problem to happen, and that's what forced a merger, rather being proactive and bringing together strong credit unions. That was the vision, and that we all had a strong belief in that. And we were the first credit union to make that happen.
When we incorporated Prairie Centre Credit Union in 1993, it was the first credit union incorporated in Saskatchewan since I think 1952. There hadn't been a new credit union formed. And the decision that we came to collectively, our group, was to form a new credit union rather than everybody join Beachy or everybody join Outlook or Rosetown. Rosetown was the logical one, but that wasn't something we wanted to do. So we formed a new credit union and everybody joined the new one. And that hadn't been done since 1952.
First was the board and the vision that they had, and to go sort of unrestrained into, you know, sort of new territory for the benefit of the community and the members. Number 2 was management, setting aside their own interests to say this needs to happen. And third is staff. And I mentioned to you, Bev, that after we amalgamated, you know, you had 5 different sets of products and services, 5 different sets of policy manuals, 5 different approaches to service charges and pricing. And the work that was done in those first 2, 3, 4, 5 years by all the staff, I mean, we made sure we brought in staff from every branch to help us rewrite our policy manuals, and we tried to pull the best of the products and services from all 5 credit unions. So we ended up with something better than we'd had if we had not amalgamated. And the staff gelled. I mean, it was amazing, the contributions that they made and how well they sort of melded together in this new culture we're trying to create.
There was some that I think were of the opinion that, oh, I wish I was closer because I'd like to get in on this. There was a lot of them just standing back saying, I wonder if this is going to work. I wondered what this means for me. So there was a broad range of response to what we had done. I think not just provincially, but nationally. We had some national coverage of this because it had never been done nationally either.
Yeah.
We were crystal clear in our vision. And some of the amalgamations have not been since, and they've not done so well. We knew we wanted to preserve service in rural Saskatchewan. We wanted our members to benefit from the expanded product services and continued community engagement.
Our linkage that we had with St. Peter's Cooperative Credit Union in Ghana was to have that opportunity, and the connection that was made with that credit union and with Prairie Centre was, I really think that was really important. That's one thing that for myself personally, that was a milestone for myself because I was involved in it. The other thing I took away was how the credit union was able to help the people in Africa because the banks would not deal with them. So if the credit union had not been there, then they wouldn't have been able to do some of the things that they had. And that's our roots. That's our cooperative roots. And that for me was what I really took away from it. It was like, wow, how great credit unions are, that, that's where we came from. And don't forget that we're still important, and for countries in other parts of the world, the principles are there.
When the opportunity came up to move to Prairie Centre, one of the main reasons why I moved over is because there's more of a focus on the rural and an impact on the communities that we serve. I felt like the decision making was locally, and that we at Prairie Centre understand our members better and what they're going through better than the larger FIs, where the decisions are being made in larger centres, not necessarily in Western Canada.
I certainly think that our rural values, and with our rural background, my rural background, and I live on an acreage, I like to check the crops out. I like to go around at harvest time and I visit with people. And I think it's really important to have the connection.
Just knowing that Prairie Centre cares, and that, while you're out doing that harvest, we're thinking of you and we're hoping for the best for you.
So it was a team effort that developed people and worked together very well and advanced the organization in leaps and bounds in a very short period of time, and that I think has continued.
And then of course some of them, including yourself, Bev, are still here. And I commented to Bev that we were ahead of our time, but we had a pretty good contingent of female managers. Yes. Based on merit, and there's no doubt that we're finally realizing as a society what that dynamic brings to a management table. That female element that's always been important, we're finally realizing in today's environment.
I think Prairie Centre is doing a very good job of hiring personalities, and we're hiring people that will fit very well into organization. Let's train them on the rest. I think it's important that we get out to, and I'm zeroing in on farms, but we get out to farms, we get out to businesses and understand their business. Don't be afraid to ask the questions to better understand them, because it makes us a better partner with them as well.
Prairie Centre does a great job in kind of the knowledge aspect for the lenders, but also Prairie Centre Credit Union wants to invest in us. And whether it's the crop production show or farm progress show, they're encouraging the lenders to go to these to continue the relationships with the farmer, but also to keep our knowledge in the day-to-day activities and what's the cost of things, where are things at.
I think because we're local, we understand our members. I think we understand our members better than the larger FIs. We can identify better solutions and cover those problems, and to me that's what service is.
I honestly think if I hadn't worked at Prairie Centre Credit Union, I wouldn't be who I am, and I'm pretty happy with where I am. I also met so many people, and one of my very best friends was because of the credit union. So I don't know, that was another thing I thought if I hadn't worked at the credit union, I would never have made the friendships that I've made.
Well, most proud of our commitment to our values that we started out with, and it has generated growth in our business. It's been very, very good. I'm extremely proud of our staff and board of directors of holding their values and commitments to Prairie Centre. They have always served our members very, very well.
Being able to work with staff members to see them grow and flourish in their positions, and just being able to experience so many different positions in the credit union really gives you a better kind of approach.
As I said, I've worked a lot of different places in the world, and I've enjoyed all of them. But I would say Prairie Centre was by far the best experience I've ever had in terms of working with people at the board level, multi-boards during the amalgamation process, with peers in terms of management, and with a dedicated, hard-working professional group of staff.
I think Prairie Centre is here for the long haul. I think that Prairie Centre will continue to expand branch network and recognize the importance of having both the strong technology ability to service members. Also think that the continuing expansion and staying with people and building their net worths, that will make sure that we're in for the long haul, because that builds loyalty.
Another 25 years from now, hopefully we're still Saskatchewan's largest rural-based credit union. And we've expanded north now, and we've expanded south, so maybe we'll be in a few more areas across Saskatchewan. Having a presence in all the communities that we serve, I think it really resonates with the people of Saskatchewan, and I see us continuing to grow and profit for another 25 years.
I had a small role in the startup and had not a lot of vision as to what it might look like in 25 years at that time, and the fact that it is such a successful organization, it's continued on. Happy anniversary, Prairie Centre Credit Union.
Happy 25th anniversary to Prairie Centre Credit Union. I just want to wish you guys all the best. Thank you to the members, thank you to the staff, thank you to the board of directors. It's been awesome. I've only been here for a couple years, but thank you so much, and all the best in the next 25.
Happy 25th anniversary, Prairie Centre Credit Union. It's an honor to work for such a respected organization. And thank you to the staff and our members who make every day possible, and to the board that 25 years ago came up with this idea, and now 25 years later we can look at the success and celebrate the success of such a great organization.
Congratulations. It has been a privilege and it has been an absolute blessing to work at Prairie Centre, be a part of it when it formed, to still be here and to have met so many wonderful people along the way, and still working with a lot of them. Thank you.
I'd just like to congratulate everyone who's been a part of the first 25 years of Prairie Centre Credit Union, and thank them for everything they've done and how far we've brought in Prairie Centre Credit Union. Hopefully, we're doing this in another 25 years.
So I'd like to wish a happy 25th anniversary to Prairie Centre. I've been here for 23 years. Wish I was young enough to stay for another 23.
Yeah, I guess I'd like to say happy anniversary to Prairie Centre Credit Union as well. It was and remains one of the most rewarding things I did in my career, and just to thank everybody that I worked with at Prairie Centre over the years. Happy anniversary.
Well, when I came here, I came to help organize Prairie Centre for 90 days. I've extended beyond that slightly, and I think it has been a blast, and I really want to thank everyone as board and staff members for their commitment and dedication, whether you went on to other places and other credit unions or other careers, as well as our board members for their vision and commitment to everything that Prairie Centre has done. And I look forward to watching you over the next 25 years. Thank you to everyone for everything you've done at Prairie Centre.
Oh, 25 years, we rock! Happy anniversary, PCCU!
In a time where everything is so instant and at a click of a button, 25 years seems like a remarkable milestone in today's business world. Perhaps there's something to be said for a simple smile, a warm hello, answering our phones, or knowing our members by name. Some may call it old-fashioned, but it's how we view service. It's personal to us, and that's timeless. As banks continue to close branches across rural Saskatchewan, Prairie Centre looks to the future with confidence and commitment. Commitment to those who have entrusted us with their money, and for that, we are truly grateful. It's been a privilege to not only serve our member owners, but to work for a company that I've considered my home away from home for 25 years. So thank you, Prairie Centre, and congratulations on this special milestone, and to an organization that took a chance, believed a growing and profitable business could be born on the prairies. Profits that stay right here to benefit many instead of a select few.